Day 18 of the 2023 Advent Calendar Series here on MKE Beer Review. As always, I'm Josh.
I'm Ross.
And Ross and I are flying as a duo this evening as we roll through day 18 and the Three Cellars Advent Calendar. I'm going to grab my fancy bag. It's a can. Let's see what we got today. It is Holidotz from Toppling Goliath.
I cracked this open. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. It's back-to-back cranberry beers. Like, I find that weird. There's not that many cranberry beers, and there's two of them in a row.
That is an interesting choice. Now, I did buy a can of this, which we almost did for our yearly holiday video, and I'm kind of glad we didn't now.
And why didn't we do it for holiday video? Because we did it last year in the Advent calendar.
Yes. Okay, so this is the first duplicate then from previous years. Toppling Goliath is a really good brewery, tend to be extremely expensive at times, depending on what you're buying. But they make good beer, I will say. Pretty good stuff. This is a cranberry apple cinnamon lager. I don't remember what this one tastes like, but it says festive, refreshing, and fun. One time per year, we brew our classic Dorothy's lager with cranberry, apples, and cinnamon for a delicious holiday treat. Cheers. Unfiltered and sediment is normal. So they're out of Decorah, Iowa. Let's crack this thing open. You're rolling it.
Sediment. I heard sediment doing a little bit of a roll. I do remember last year I was not really excited about this one, and I was pleasantly surprised by it. From what I remember. So
well, let's pour this thing out. I'm guessing it's going to be like a reddish. Yep. Lots of carbonation. Very carbonated. Tiny carbonation bubbles. Very white head. Extremely red. It's like definitely like cranberry red.
Yeah.
So this is a lager, so it's not like a cider or anything weird like that. Actually, head is lingering quite a bit. Nice pillowy head up top.
Yeah, and it's got that red tint to it, that kind of pinkish tint that I like to see in beers like this. I don't know, it's not that big of a deal, but I like to see that. So
I think seeing the color that you see kind of helps with how you taste it to a degree, just mentally. To the nose we go.
The nose.
I get very much an apple cinnamon character on the nose. Not a ton of cranberry there, but there is a bit of a tartness, I think, behind the apple cinnamon. I feel like the apple cinnamon, though, are the lead characters on the nose, at least.
Apple cinnamon are definitely the lead characters, and this being a lager, you're not going to get much from the base beer. The base beer is just a lager. So it really allows the apple, the cinnamon, and the cranberry kind of shine through. And I'm not surprised because apple and cinnamon are stronger on the nose than cranberry would be anyway. So
yeah. Let's try this thing out. Holidotz. Cheers.
Cheers.
I mean,
good.
It's good. It's definitely it definitely has like this like apple cider vibe to it, right? Like I know it's not a cider, but I think the level of apple and cinnamon in here kind of make it taste a little bit ciderish, and it's very carbonated as well. I still think that the primary note on this beer is the apple cinnamon character. Follows the nose really, really well, but the cranberry is baked in there, like adding a bit of a tartness to it.
It's tart. I mean, so now the good thing about doing the back-to-back cranberry beers, you can kind of compare the two. I know they're very different beers. I mean, one was an ale that was kind of a holiday cocktail inspired, while this is more of a lager and everything. Tartness on this is pretty overwhelming. I mean, you said it's a little bit more subtle. I think it's actually a little more overwhelming. I think the apple and cinnamon are still the star, but you get that tartness all the way through. It's more tart than I remember it being last year too. And I don't think it's like different. I guess it's more tart than I recall.
I actually like the tartness with it. Like, I almost feel like with a holiday beer like this, I kind of want that flavor. If it was just apple cinnamon, I would feel like I'm literally drinking apple cider.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whereas that tartness kind of adds like a bit more of a just kind of an interesting note, I guess, to the overall palate on this. It's not bad. I actually think it's really well brewed. I think this is another one of those beers. I mean, it's a holiday beer intentionally, right? Like, it's one of those beers I'm not drinking any other time other than right now during like a special occasion thing as a celebratory like holiday beer.
Yeah. No, it's not bad. To your point, I'm probably not reaching for it, but if it's handed to me, I'm not going to say no.
Right. 100%.
I think that's the best way.
I think it's really drinkable. It's
is
not necessarily what I would choose to drink.
I would say this though, for being a lager, I get with all the variants, it's not a lager, but like it's not refreshing to me. To me, I don't find this refreshing. I know some people do find that tartness and everything to be a refreshing characteristic in beer. I personally don't. So this is a slow sipper. This is definitely something I would kind of take my time drinking. I could probably do at most one. If I think this is probably all I can do in one sitting. So
there's a ton of flavor in here, though, and I mean, how many lagers do you get that you can say there's a ton of flavor in? I mean, we had one, the lime and salt one from Brewing Project, but this is in that vein of like powerful flavors coming out of a lager. So, all right. I can't remember what we scored this thing last year. I will start.
Really?
I'm actually going to go a healthy 3.75 on this. For a holiday beer, it's one that I would choose to drink on the holidays. Like I said, not one I'd grab any other time, but I do think this is really well made, and I'm actually really enjoying it. So
I'll go 3.5. I'm a little bit under you. I think it's a well-made beer, and that's why I'm giving it a 3.5. If I was just going on just like preferences alone, I think I should put this a little bit lower because of that tartness. And this one is more cranberry forward. I think the previous one that we had, the Founders one, which to me I don't really like. But because it's well-made beer, and I think it hits the spot, I think they nailed the flavor. I'm going to give it 3.5.
Okay. I think they're fair scores. I think it's fine. I think it's good. And yeah, if you want a holiday beer, go for it. It's there. It's there. So, okay, day 18 in the books. We've got 6 episodes to go, 6 beers to go. I can't believe there's only 6 left. Feels like we just started this thing. It also feels like we've been doing it for 2 months. I can't tell which one. Probably feels that way for the 13 of you. Let us know, have you tried Holidotz from Toppling Goliath? What do you think? Do you have a different opinion? Otherwise, stick around. Like I said, 6 more to go, and we will see all of you on Tuesday.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye.